Aqua Floating is a therapy that I received for the first time in 2015, and the very first time I received, I was underwater, and it's not comparable with nothing. With nothing. I mean, there is nothing that we can say like this or like that, like a massage, like Reiki is energetic. It's not comparable. And I was underwater and receiving this therapy, and I thought, I was smiling underwater. I thought, oh my God, this is so amazing. And I felt this urge, like I have to learn this. I mean, I want to bring this to people. And as soon as I came on the surface, as the therapist brought me on the surface, I told her, I want to learn this. This is amazing. An Italian teacher, actually, and she did a course, and she taught me and a few more students. And since then, over the last 3.5 years, I mean, it's something that I love so much to do that only this year I start to do, let's say, at more a professional level. I start to charge for the sessions, but I was like 3 years doing just by pleasure and offering this to people because I absolutely love to do it. It's so beautiful. It makes me feel good, and it brings also very interesting feelings to people. So the therapy itself, it's like a combination of a breath work between the therapist and the person who receives, because we have to work with the breathing, because when we take the person underwater, they have to breathe deeply, because as long as they can stay, or if it's you, as long as you can stay underwater, the best and the most benefits you will take from this therapy. And for me, this therapy, I mean, Reiki, for me, I already did the whole University of Reiki over the last 4 years, doing, that's what I've been doing most, and almost there is no mystery for me anymore in Reiki. But Aqua Floating, like, I'm still discovering what is this, and at what levels work, at what levels of the subconscious mind this therapy works in the person who receives. I mean, this is still a mystery for me. I've been receiving feedback from different kind of feedbacks depending of the personal story of each person. It's been amazing. I'm still studying and discovering this therapy. So let's imagine it's someone that is really cool with the water. They know how to swim. They are cool, and however, in their personal life, that person has, for example, tensions or the need of control or fears. So the body, as soon as the person lay down in my arms and they close their eyes and the therapy started, it's like the Matrix started, you know, it's like another world started. And so it's the emotions and the feelings of the thoughts or the patterns of behaviors that are on the subconscious mind that will come to the surface. And so the body will behave according with what that person is carrying. So someone that swims and it's cool with the water, when they are floating, when they are on my arms, their body can become totally stiff, you know, like their legs, like stiff, like 2 pieces of wood, or the arms, like, or close. They can close the arms like this, or they can grab me if it's fear. I had some people grabbing me, like, don't let me go, don't let me go. And this is the typical people who were almost drawn, you know, like they almost died. Drowning underwater, you know, like, or when they were a child. I had this situation. A brother of this lady, they were trying to put her underwater, and she after that she never can put her head underwater again until this year when she received Aqua Floating from me. So this kind of people would try to catch me to don't, so I don't let them go, or can be this closeness, you know, people are too close, or they have this need of controls. I had one lady this year that when she was little, her brothers were trying to put her underwater, and she stayed really traumatized. And when I finished therapy with her, in the end of the therapy, I bring people to literally to sit on my lap. This is a feeling like when you are during the therapy, is a feeling like you are in the womb, I would say, in another world. After some minutes, you really cross that stage to another world, and the person lose the sense of space and time and the place where they are. And so in the end, I bring the people literally to sit on my lap, and I hold them, and it's like a baby, because it's so meditative, and we cannot do an hour. We have to do short sessions of 15, 20 minutes, maximum half an hour, but 20 minutes I would say, because the person can enter in trance. So when in the end of the therapy, I bring the person to sit on my lap inside the water, and I hold them. I had this lady that she hugged me so tight, and she was crying, but really crying. And I had no idea about her story. It was very, very difficult for me to bring her underwater, because I need to be connected. As a therapist, we need to be really connecting with that person and see how they react. So I could not bring her underwater as normally I do with other people. So I knew that it was like panic. She had these panic feelings every time I was trying to take her underwater, and so I had to do really gently, first the eyes, and then the nose, like really gently, and finally I could actually bring her underwater. So this lady, who is the one who the brothers tried to drown her, she hugged me so tight, and she was crying, and I did not know her story. And then in the end, she told me this story that no one ever could put her underwater since this happened to her, and she cried. She was releasing a lot. So this is one experience. Another different experience I had this last February 2018. I had one girl that she stayed a whole month with me during doing everything what she could do with me. So she did the 4 Reiki sessions, all the astrologies, numerology, coaching, counseling, and she came to me the first time very down and very depressed, always dressing in black. And the first thing I always do is the healing, and I did the 4 Reiki sessions. We did the counseling, the coaching, all the astrologies, the numerology, and every time I was touching a very specific subject, she would again cry. The thing was related with sexual abuse. And the whole month passed, and I was seeing no changes. You know, she was still crying every time we were touching that subject, and I was thinking to myself, oh my God, this person come here for a month paid, and I'm not seeing results, you know. And normally with the Reiki, we normally really see results. She was the 1% that didn't happen so much, but with the Reiki really does miracles to people. I mean, the 4 Reiki sessions in a row. So in the end, we did 3 or 4 days of Aqua Floating therapies, and by the 2nd day, the 3rd day, I don't know what happened there, but something has shifted. Her face, she became glowing and smiling, and then I saw the change, you know. She changed. She just changed like that, like everything in school. And then on purpose, I was touching those tricky subjects that before she would cry every time we would touch those subjects, and I was going there and pushing those buttons, and she was cool. She was cool, she was not crying anymore, and I said, whoa. And I felt like I need to take this therapy more seriously and really making, like I'm making with the Reiki, like 4 sessions in a row, and to see real results and take this more at a professional level, because that was the one that really showed me like, whoa, what is this? And I'm still finding out at what levels this work, you know, at what levels of the subconscious mind this works, and what things can unblock, you know, because as much the person is able to stay underwater and to really receive this, that's when it really works. And it's not so much what I do or not do physically to the body of the person, it's the process of that person itself underwater or on the surface. It's the process, it's the meditation or subconscious mind level process that it's working while I'm doing the therapy in those 10 or 20 minutes. And so this is still, I mean, I also had people who were, oh my God, totally loose, relaxed, like I could do whatever I wanted over water, underwater, and they were really relaxed. They could really do the breathing work, so they could spend more time underwater, and they, when they come out, they come like, whoa, they come without words. Very often they come without words. They come like, whoa, this is amazing. This, I never received something like this. This is, or some other people says, I lost the notion of anything. I did not knew where I was and how long it was. And you know, it's this, something goes to the other side, you know. And my teacher said, you don't do too long sessions because the person can enter in trance. So, you know, at what level this works, you know, how the person can enter in trance in this. So it's for me, it's still a mystery. I want to learn much more of what's Aqua Floating, because it's really amazing. And unfortunately, actually, I have another teacher from Italy also coming soon, and to bring me this more knowledge in this area, because it's truly amazing. It's truly amazing, and people feel really good. And after receiving the therapy, they need to really be a while with themselves and really process. You know, after the therapy, at least half an hour after the therapy, it's that time to really process what happened underwater, whatever it was. Yeah, it's you have to experience to understand what I'm saying. Like, it's truly amazing. For me, it's still a mystery. I'm still finding out and taking out the strings and like trying to understand how this works, at what level it works, and in what situations would be. I think for all situations this is good to receive this therapy, but you know, in what specific cases this is better to receive this specific therapy. You know, as the massage works well for this kind of things, or the Reiki works well to balance the chakras and the emotional layers, and so how the Aqua Floating fits here and for what we can use more, I think everyone should experience this. It's if they don't have any contraindications, because this therapy has contraindications, but like everyone who does not have these issues should receive, and it really truly has to be experienced to be understood. Yeah, it's so amazing. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you can experience. This is Watsu and Aqua Floating is something not so easy to find. It's not like yoga and Reiki and massage that you find in all corners. It's still a world to explore. There are not so many professionals in this area. But I hope you can find someone. If you don't come here to South India to receive this from me, I hope you can find someone near where the places you are, and that you could experience this. It's really, truly, truly amazing.
Hi, I'm Sara from Italy. I'm here in Varkala as a workaway, and Sonia, some days ago, offered me a session of Aqua Floating.
Aqua Floating is one of my favorite therapies that I've ever experienced.
At the beginning, I was really in relax, but when it started to push me deeper. I was a little bit in discomfort and I feel a little bit of anxiety because when I was upside down, I've lost the conception of my body, and I didn't understand where was the bottoms of the pool and where was the air. But yeah, at the end, I let myself go.
Peace and the healing that you feel underwater, it feels very familiar. It feels similar to just imagining what it would be like in the womb of your mother. And just the silence, you feel, at least in my experience, just profound silence, and working with your breath, connecting to your body and feeling weightless and just floating. And working with Sonia is she's very safe and comforting, and so the whole experience it's very healing.
And I think that I finished in a sort of trance because I didn't remember anything. And when I finished the session, it was really difficult to open again my eyes, and I forced myself to do it. And I had a sensation to have lost my body, and I was not sure that I could walk. But yeah, after a couple of minutes, I was able to do it, and I started to speak with Sonia about this crazy experience. And yeah, I took again the possession of my body.
Brings you back to the feelings of being a child, and just that process it starts to just unfold things within you, and it's, I mean, like I said, one of my favorite therapies that I've ever experienced. And
yeah, it was a really strange experience, and yeah, I highly recommend it.